look at this. Look who we got here. I wonder why you're here. No. See, I know why you're here. I know why you're here. I know you. You know why you're here? You're here because you are messy, okay? You are messy. Well, guess what? The world is not ending, okay? All right? Just accept it. I say that very unsurely because it sure feels like it is. However, we are still here by the grace of God. All right? You see, when you saw that title, you didn't click because you said, hey, let me see what that young man has to say. No. You don't care what I have to say. You clicked because deep down, you thrive off of chaos, off of destruction, off of disorder. Like some little like neurons went boom, boom up there and you got excited. So you clicked, okay? You're dangerous. You are a menace to society. And I am calling the cops. Where's my phone? Hello? Police? What'd you say? You said don't say anything? All right, I won't say anything. Under one condition. One condition. That you like and you subscribe. Go like and subscribe now. Okay? I won't say anything. And now that I got your attention, what's up, guys? What's up? It is Rob. We are here for another video. Now, my very first video, I did 7 movies to watch during quarantine, and I got really good feedbacks. People was telling me all kinds of different movies I should have done, this and that. So I said, hey, let's do another video. Today, we are finally in my room. So just ignore any of the junk you see behind me, especially my jackets. I have a lot of jackets. Like, it's actually a problem, but I'm working on it. Also, to those of you, stop asking about my head garments. Y'all don't understand what us brothers is going through during this quarantine, okay? Stop asking. Mind your business. Now that all hearts and minds are clear, let's hop right into this list. Let's do this. All right, so the first movie on this list has to be 2007 Sunshine. Sunshine was written and directed by Danny Boyle and Alex Garland. Alex Garland, actually, who was the director of Ex Machina, which was a movie on my last list. If you haven't seen that already, go check it out. Danny Boyle is the director of other hit films like 28 Days Later and Slumdog Millionaire. So Sunshine basically follows this group of international astronauts who set out on this mission with like some nuclear bomb to reignite the sun. However, what was supposed to be a journey for the future of mankind eventually turns into a fight for their life. The irony is that the ship that they actually flew to do this mission was named Icarus. So Icarus was a figure in Greek mythology of a guy who got wings. I don't know how, but he thought he was unstoppable, and he didn't listen to his father's instructions, and he flew too close to the sun, causing his wings to melt, and he died. Like most stories in Greek mythology, they just end bad. Well, Icarus died, and that just gives you an idea how this movie will probably turn out, but I won't spoil anything for you. Overall, it's a great movie. I feel like the second half isn't as strong as the first half, but it still has beautiful directing, beautiful scenery, good cast. Chris Evans is actually in it. Chris Evans, who plays Captain America. I don't actually know if Sunshine is on any streaming platforms right now. I don't think I saw it on Netflix or anything. However, we live in a very digital world, and I know y'all will find a way to watch it. So you guys should definitely check it out. All right, so the next film on my list is 2010 Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. The movie follows Scott Pilgrim, who is a young guy just rolling with the punches. He's like 23, but he's still dating high school girls, and he's also in a rock band, a garage rock band. So Scott was a bit of a bum, but he was living his best life. That is until he runs into Ramona. So Ramona is this young girl that he eventually starts to fall in love with. However, Ramona comes with baggage. Like, in order for Scott and her to have a successful relationship, he needs to physically defeat her past 7 exes. And the course of the movie is him literally fighting her exes to the death. And it is absolutely hilarious. The director of Scott Pilgrim is Edgar Wright, who was the director of other hit films like Baby Driver, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz. If you know Edgar Wright, you know that his directing style is really fast-paced and it takes you on a ride. So his directing style mixes really well with dark humor, as well as in this film, which is set up like a video game kind of arcade environment. Now, this film, I feel like, was totally ahead of its time for a couple of reasons. One, it was big when it came out, but it wasn't as big as I feel like it would have been today. And also, Scott has like this thing for younger girls, and that absolutely would not have flown in today's society with this Me Too movement and all that. It's different, it's weird, it's funny, it's stylish, it's everything all combined in one, but overall, it's hilarious. You guys should check it out, and it's on Hulu right now. All right, so the next film on my list has to be 2018's I Love Dogs, written and directed by Wes Anderson. If you know Wes Anderson, you know he loves a good coming-of-age story, kind of like his other good movies, Moonrise Kingdom and Grand Budapest Hotel. Now, I Love Dogs follows a young boy who sets out on a mission to retrieve his dog after all dogs were banished from Japan by the corrupt mayor because they all got some like canine flu. So he just banishes all dogs to this disgusting doggy trash island. But this young, tenacious, courageous young boy, who's also an orphan, will let absolutely nothing get between him and his dog. And it's cute. It's a great film, and it also has a really good cast of voiceovers from Scarlett Johansson, who plays Black Widow, Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad, and Edward Norton from Fight Club and American History X. However, I will warn you, though, that it has like stop motion, claymation filmography with the little figures, and I know a lot of people don't like that. However, I do think it's worth the watch, so you guys should check it out. Now, I don't know if it's on any streaming platforms, but again, we live in a digital realm. Y'all will find a way anyways, so. My next film also takes place in Asia, but this time South Korea, and that is 2016's Train to Busan. The film follows a father and daughter who are on a train to Busan, and the father, who's usually super busy with work, tries to seize the opportunity to bond with his daughter and have a heart-to-heart. And then the zombie apocalypse literally erupts mid-train ride, and what was supposed to be a loving and compelling train ride turns into a bloody train wreck and a fight for survival. This one is for my horror folks, and it's been on Netflix for like 4 years. So if you haven't seen it already, then what are you doing? Because this film is crazy. It is just nuts. And it's one of those films that make you feel like, dang, what would I do if I was in that situation? Like, who would I call? Like, would I kill that person? But y'all just you gotta see it for yourself. Again, it's on Netflix. I don't know if it's a Netflix production, so it probably won't be there forever, but it's on there right now, so check it out. My next movie, and also the most freshest movie in my brain, because I watched it 2 nights ago, is Booksmart. This film is absolutely hilarious. Phenomenal. So the film follows 2 high school seniors who are best friends who worked really hard throughout school to get into really good schools, meaning they didn't have any social lives, they didn't go to parties, they didn't really have much friends besides each other. Just for them to realize on the last day of school that everybody else who had parties, who had social lives, got into the same schools as them, if not better. And the movie is basically them just letting loose and cutting up on the last night before graduation. It was written and directed by Olivia Wilde, who, to my knowledge, she was only an actress. She was in Tron Legacy, Drake's Nice for What video. I had no idea she could direct, moreover, show out like this. So in comedy, obviously the jokes are important, but I feel like the number one thing is always timing. And her timing of everything, from the humor to the characters, she knocked it out of the ballpark. And the characters, every single character was extremely likable and unique in their own kind of bizarre way. And I really appreciated that because, let's say the antagonists weren't terrible people. It was probably just their relation to the protagonist, which is the main character, who's played by Beanie Feldstein. Yo, she literally carries the film. She carries the film. Overall, hilarious. I was in tears, both tears from laughing too hard and crying too hard. Not really, but y'all need to check it out. Booksmart is on Hulu. The next movie on my list is none other than 2010's The Social Network. It was written and directed by David Fincher, who was also the director of other crazy films like Gone Girl, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. The Social Network basically follows a young and hungry Mark Zuckerberg as he attended Harvard, and he and friends go on to create the entity that we all know today as Facebook. Many people will look at Mark Zuckerberg today and view him as a masochistic, chauvinistic sociopath. But one thing that people cannot deny is that he is extremely successful and has amounted millions, I mean billions of dollars throughout the years. But you can't get that fame without creating enemies. And that's why I respect the view that this movie is told through, because it doesn't just wrap up on his name and feeds you some nice and humbling rise to success story. No, it doesn't do that. But what the film does is it shows you the necks and toes that he stomped on, as well as the bridges that he burned to achieve the level of success that he has today. In fact, the majority of the movie is actually told through accounts that were said at court hearings due to the amount of legal battles and court cases that he had to face after he technically found the company. But again, this film came out in 2010. In a few months, that'll be a full 10 years since its release. I'm getting old. But the point is that Mark Zuckerberg has only gotten more successful, as well as Facebook, which has spread to more platforms with more users. You look on the news and you see all these controversies that Facebook is always embroiled in, from data hacks to privacy breaches to sneaky dealings to sneaky ads to voter fraud. And then he goes on record and he denies any involvement with anything, any knowledge. And then you watch a movie like this and you see his character, because character is always important. But then you see his character and it makes you question, how truthful is he really being? Hey, it makes for a good watch though. But look, Social Network is on Netflix. Catch it while you can, because Netflix likes to give their program like trial runs and then they disappear and you never see them again. So while you can, check it out. If you know me, you know that Kill Bill is at the top of my list of favorite movies. The film is about the legendary Beatrice Kiddo, who is played by Uma Thurman, who sets out on a mission to kill Bill. How better can I say it? Bill was Beatrice's husband. The two were assassins who fell in love. That is, until Bill betrayed her trust. Nah, he didn't just betray her trust. Bill ruined her life. And he received assistance in doing so. However, Beatrice, being the fighter that she is, rose from the ashes like a phoenix. No, legit rose from the dirt like a phoenix. And she decided basically that she was going to get her life back and also kill Bill and all the people who assisted him in ruining her life. The Kill Bill saga was written and directed by Quentin Tarantino, who was also the director of two of my other faves, which is Django Unchained and Inglourious Basterds. Now, Uma Thurman, who plays Beatrice, and Quentin, I'm pretty sure they hate each other, because she came out on record a few years ago saying that she thought he was crazy and that she thought he was trying to kill her. I mean, I know she did her own stunts, but hey, I'm glad she didn't quit because it looks good on camera. It's very hard for me to find any flaws in the Kill Bill franchise, because I just think they are two perfectly balanced movies with enough action, enough drama, emotion, gore, political undertones, mystery, across the board. Now, Kill Bill used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it's there anymore, but you already know how I feel about that. We are in a digital age. If you want these movies, you can find them anywhere. And that is it with another list of 7 great movies that y'all can watch during this quarantine. If there's a movie that you have seen on this list, or if there's a movie that you would, I don't know, that you might want me to do in another list, because it seems like people like these, please let it be known in the comment section. I am always open for suggestions and advice. Again, guys, always like and subscribe, because it would help me a lot so I can continue to do this. Y'all are the best, and God bless. That was cheesy, but peace.